Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Sachin Mathur, and I am responsible for the Smart Manufacturing Innovation Program and Strategic Partnerships in the Hexagon Manufacturing Intelligence Division. I'd like to thank CTS team for the opportunity to speak at this virtual conference on attaining the vision of smart factories. With a focus on creating sustainable solutions and autonomous ecosystems, Hexagon is a global organization with its reach across every continent. We've seen tremendous growth over the last 20 years through our commitment on the state-of-the-art innovation with a very stable growth. Our strengths and portfolio aligns with how the world is moving around us, and our solutions are organized around two critical ecosystems on the planet today, the production ecosystem and the urban ecosystem. The production ecosystem is made up of heavy process industries like manufacturing, mining, agriculture, oil and gas, whereas the urban ecosystem is comprised of the cities and the environments around them, extending all the way into public safety, construction, and transportation. Today, we're going to talk, of course, about manufacturing and smart factories. Keeping this in mind, let's start with some fire under our bellies from none other than a quote from Albert Einstein. Over the last 7 to 10 years, since the term Industry 4.0 was coined, the focus has very much been on the technological aspects of this industrial revolution. How to move from the automation Industry 3.0 phase into a full autonomy and autonomous future. Every conference, every industry seminar, small or big events that I've been to, and I'm sure a lot of you have been to as well, the talk is always about cloud, AI, augmented reality, robots, lights out manufacturing, hybrid models for deployments, and so on. The list goes on and on, right? The key thing is to understand, why are we asking these technological questions? What is it that we are trying to achieve with these cool state-of-the-art technology pieces that apparently would make our lives better, right? Something that has recently started bubbling up in these technological discussions is to understand and empathize with the core needs of the user, thereby being able to define the right direction, the end game. Whether it is mobility, sustainability, cost reductions, enterprise digital transformation, whatever the direction is, we've really got to start focusing less on the how and more on the why. The discussion on every executive table should be, what is that these technologies can enable for us, for making the human effort more optimized? So let's start moving away from the how to use these technologies to the very needs of why we want to use them. More than 2/3 of the CIOs today are emptying their pockets and putting their budgets towards digitization. They're being tasked with answering the questions on ROI, cost versus benefit scenarios, what kind of percentage of optimization can be targeted with digital technologies, what is the near-term demonstrable growth versus long-term return on investments, or even cost of inaction if they don't do it. For a company like Hexagon, whether it's dealing with small to medium enterprises or the large tier one automotive, aerospace or pharmaceuticals or other discrete manufacturing organizations, these data points are super important to define and understand the very needs of our users and our customers, thereby giving us vital inputs into our digital transformation and smart manufacturing strategy. To be able to provide tangible execution plans and goal settings to the senior executives around the world, outlining these pain points so that they understand it, they realize it, and make a plan to get over quickly becomes absolutely imperative. For someone like me in my position, these sorts of inputs have formed as the very basic ingredient into defining our roadmaps for innovation and future mission statements to achieve the vision of digital transformation. I believe that these pain points are partly occurring as a result of the inherent gap that we have in the institutional knowledge, which our young workforce do not have today because of the lack of experience. They are heavily dependent on the innovative technologies, to help them out with the key answers and operational insights with, deep reporting and analytic tools. So this is another driving factor and core element to think about such digital technologies in the manufacturing realm. The current rate of retirement for our esteemed baby boomers, statistics suggest that there are almost 10,000 people a day in the United States alone that are retiring every day. And more than 25% of the manufacturing workforce is over the age of 55. Now, the amount of institutional and technical knowledge that sits with these people that'll walk out the door, frankly, in the next 5 to 7 years is quite a bit scary. I mean, can you imagine paying $500,000, $600,000 an hour consulting rates to the retirees just because we were not able to capture and learn how the reality on the shop floor has evolved in the last 50 years or so? Interactions and expectations over the generations have evolved alongside the use of technology, all the way from evolution of machines, automation, to everything that surrounds us today. All the answers that we want is at our fingertips. And this is our reality. We want everything within the first 20 seconds or else we move on. So there's a clear need for information. And the fundamental why of implementing such great, cool, state-of-the-art technologies. So I'd like to bring some reality into the mix. How does Hexagon help in the vision of smart factories and smart manufacturing? Hexagon utilizes its core technical capabilities to drive innovation in various industries, enabling the smart element in every aspect of our lives. With a suite of sensor solutions that capture reality, the real physical world around us, and combining that data with complementing software solutions, Hexagon leverages all the captured data within a central technology framework, thus building autonomous solutions. Through a continuous flow of information, feedback loops, and digital twins, we are helping our customers drive data-driven decisions along with taking real-time actions. Through years of experience with our customer base, we understand that no two journeys of digital transformation are going to be the same, especially as we're all evolving in this stage of digital transformation. We also understand the worst of the journeys are those that do not take place at all. We are moving alongside our customers and partners to understand their needs and end goals, trying to avoid making too many mistakes, but also being able to fail and learn quickly, thus avoiding unsuccessful journeys. There needs to be an iterative and consultative approach to enable these digital transformation strategies with proof points built in as milestones and defined level of measured success. So ideals like start small, scale fast, be agile, continuously evolve, experiment is what we are building our engagement models with our customers. Therefore, a discovery session becomes super important. This is the element of why that I talked about earlier. And I think this slide might be one of the most important things I showed today. Being able to truly understand the need will give way to adopt the right technologies for your smart factory dreams and visions. So as we in Hexagon go through this process, there's one other factor to remember and realize is one's own strength and weaknesses. To have a pragmatic, ambitious plan, it's a bit of an oxymoron, right? But to be pragmatically ambitious is a key to success. So when it comes to Hexagon's domain expertise, our DNA lies in the area of end-to-end process and workflow of a manufacturing process. All the way from design process at the very beginning, computer-aided engineering, to quality and inspection and production in between, we are bringing all of these siloed approaches and institutional knowledge together in a central digital platform, thus taking the guesswork out of our customer operations and helping them drive fact-based actions. So whether you want to optimize one of these processes or all of them, a central digital platform and a digital strategy with a unified data source, cloud-based, and completely accessible, what's called ubiquitous computing, helps in enabling such smart workflows. So comes the final question, right? Where should we focus? How do we deliver these digital transformation dreams, these smart factories? To plan the digital transformation, start with the low-hanging fruits, as always. It makes the most sense to digitize day-to-day operations and to learn how you can begin the digital transformation journey for an operator or a plant floor or a quality inspector is the way to go, and something that we've learned over time. Putting industrial IoT, connecting sensors and controllers with real-time data access and deep analytics that are delivered through mobile applications and real-time notifications, we are integrating into the critical services and business systems to create smart, flexible workflows between various processes from an operational standpoint. We've seen that the ROI can be realized almost immediately. Putting money where our mouth is, I believe, these are some of the benefits that we've seen through our digital transformation applications, improving accuracy and fidelity of the data, being able to reduce inventory due to digital preventative maintenance and quality management measures, being able to improve the productivity up to 32%, for example, faster with 80% less manual process are some of the benefits, tangible benefits we've seen our customers achieve. So digitizing and recording the data in almost a ubiquitous way, the inherent know-how and the institutional knowledge is also getting captured, which can be used for generations to come. So we're truly demonstrating in Hexagon that there's a shift from technology being the king and the center point across the end-to-end process of a solution implementation to it just being an enablement factor so that the human element can be put in the mix with a true design thinking approach where the journey can be mapped out and experiences can be taken into account into the overall innovation process. Finally, I'd like to leave you all with a thought that we need to get over, which is a know-it-all attitude, that we know our customers. That needs to go out the window, honestly. We have to talk to our users every day in an infinite loop of requirements, discovery, and accelerate prototyping so we can provide some solutions and evolve it as it goes along. User research becomes extremely important. As an example that you see here in this video, building out a simple playground for the kids with an attitude that we know the kids and what they want has clearly not worked out for these guys. Of course, the kids are still having fun, but the real product is not being worked, is not being used. So attaining a smart factory is as much about how to do it with the right technology as it is much about the why and who it's for. So let's put our faith in humans and make the technology work for us rather than it working us out. Thank you very much all for listening in. If you'd like to get in touch and know more about our offerings, please do so by scanning the QR code on the screen or emailing me directly. Thank you.